we're making a very healthy nutty bar, which is such a perfect mixture of like crunch and chewiness. What's going on? Welcome to Dinner TBD. Today we're getting ready to hit the road and go on a quick Memorial Day weekend camping trip. Now, I know that was kind of like a mix of words there because Memorial Day camping trip maybe doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun to some of you out there. If it was like a regular Tuesday through Friday trip, nice and peaceful, right? But Memorial Day isn't always as peaceful, but we're gonna do it anyway. And no, we're not actually going to the farm, but shout out to the farm. That's the t-shirt I'm wearing today. They're a nice RV resort located in London, Kentucky, in case you never heard of them. But anyway, going on a Memorial Day weekend camping trip requires going down the road, pulling whatever size camper you have, and maybe not getting to stop for healthy things to eat or snacks. Okay, as much as we love Buc-ee's and Loves and all the travel stops that we're able to get into, we don't always love what's on their shelves, do we? We have to make our own sometimes, and that's what we're doing today. We're making a very healthy nutty bar, which is such a perfect mixture of like crunch and chewiness. I don't like a crunchy granola bar that falls all over the place. Ugh, especially in the car and it's like falling all over you. And then you just wipe it onto your husband's truck floor and then he looks at you like, huh, thanks for giving me another chore. I gotta wash the truck and vacuum it out when we get home. But I do like a chewier granola or nut bar, and that's what this provides. And it's got such a great like nutty honey combo. This is a very good little treat. So, and it's very quick. It does not take long to make. Okay, for these Honey Nutty Bars, this is gonna be so simple. You're gonna need 1 cup of quick oats, a 1/4 cup of roasted hazelnuts, 1/4 cup of peanuts and pecans or a mixed nut topping of your choice, 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds, 1/4 cup of pepitas, toasted preferably, 1/4 cup of no sugar added, really good almond butter, 1/4 cup of coconut sugar, 1/4 cup of honey, and a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Are you noticing a 1/4 cup pattern here? Everything's a 1/4 cup except the oats, and then you just need a little 8x8 with some parchment. Now we're simply gonna bake this at 350 for 10 minutes once we get it in this little parchment lined 8x8 cookie pan. Okay, it's very simple, but the part that takes the longest is waiting 30 minutes for it to cool, about 30 minutes, before you can kind of cool it out and then like cut it up into bars without it falling all over the place. So if you don't want to do that, I have a little hack for travel day. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, and this is not sponsored. I'm not quite there yet on my channel. This is just friend to friend sharing a product with you that I've used for several years and I've loved, and that's called Fancy Pans. P-A-N-Z. And I have a couple different ones, but this one's an 8x8. You can replace these with whatever you make in it. You know, you can just find them at the grocery store. But if you want to go ahead and bake the nutty bars in this, I'd still would put parchment down just in case. But then if you're in a hurry, close this thing up, lock the lid, throw it in the truck, and just cut them up when you get to the campsite. Okay, it's that easy. So love me some Fancy Pans. Yeah, you can find them on Amazon, I think, sometimes. All right, let's rock and roll and get started. This should be a very quick video because I've got some packing to do. All right, let's get going. Our cup of quick oats, 1/4 cup hazelnuts, roasted hazelnuts, 1/4 cup peanut pecan mixture, 1/4 cup sunflower seeds, 1/4 cup pepitas. We're gonna hold off on the almond butter for now. 1/4 cup coconut sugar, 1/4 cup honey, 1/4 cup coconut oil. Now we can go ahead and add the almond butter. The only sugar that's in this is coming from the honey. Isn't all that pretty? That's gonna make something really delicious in a few minutes. Now we just mix it up to the best of your ability. The oil and honey help. The almond butter kind of tries to give you trouble. Now it's gonna start to look a little bit like birdseed for a minute. That's pretty much what it might be. But it's for humans, and believe me, it's delicious. It's okay if this part takes a minute. Just gotta make sure you get that almond butter mixed up pretty evenly. Okay, see how if we grab it, we can kind of form it into something? That's the texture you want. So we're gonna mash it down in that pan, throw it in the oven. If you feel like it's too crumbly, you can add a little more honey, maybe a little more almond butter. But we're basically just gonna mash it down in the pan and kind of level it out to the best of your ability. You can put cranberries in this if you want to. I just try not to add too much sugar if possible. That is it. We're going in the oven. Okay, let's check it out. It might need another minute, but I can smell it already. It's not looking very browned yet, which is okay. I think I'm just gonna give it one more minute. I don't want it too brown, but just in case, let's just do one more minute. Okay, while that's baking in the oven, one thing that I wanna point out, even though this recipe is very quick, it is not very cheap. So for me today, I actually already had all these things in my pantry, so it didn't cost me anything today. If you're buying all this for the first time, I mean, you can make this recipe several times or for many people. So, you know, maybe wrap them up in some cute little papers with some strings and give them as gifts. I don't know. A wish you happy Memorial Day gift. I don't know, but not a cheap little snack to make, but sure is satisfying and good. Okay, let's see where we're at. I think they look delicious. I don't want them too brown, and they look pretty set, and they're still kind of hot, so we're just gonna let them sit there for, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, and we'll cut them up. All right, it has been way more than 30 minutes. I ran some errands, got my groceries, and let me tell you, the day before Memorial Day weekend is not the time to go to the grocery store either, but we do these things, don't we? I don't know why we keep doing these things. Like, it's insanity. It's never gonna change. It's not gonna be any different. So, let's see how they turned out. We're just gonna go ahead and cut them. I'm gonna do, I don't know, 4 long cuts. Well, 2. Well, I kind of cut that one a little wide, didn't I? Let's just go with 2 larger cuts. We'll have thicker bars. Let's see how they turned out. How do those look? Good? Even better, let's see how they taste. I love these things. Because they're like chewy and soft. But all that nut is like crunchy, and there's just honey and almond butter. It's delicious. These make the perfect travel snack. See, they're all like honey and gooey on the bottom. And they hold up for several days, like in an airtight container. Now, I'm not much of a health professional, but this has probably got a bunch of protein. And again, the only sugar was the honey and a little bit of coconut sugar, because we used no sugar added almond butter. Well, I got my pictures taken for the website. If the links aren't working in the description box of the channel yet, you can still just go to dinnertbd.com and print it right from there. Easy peasy. I'm just gonna put these in a little container to take. The container I chose is gonna cause me to have to cut them smaller, but that's okay, because while Jared's driving, he'll probably want a smaller bite anyway. Let me know if you guys make these and what you thought of them. I'm not gonna lie, mine seem a little bit extra soft. I may have used a little bit too much honey, I'm not sure, but they're pretty dang good. Last time I made them, they held together way better than this, so since it's falling apart, I'll just take care of this one. Not a problem. Got a few of them ready to go. That should do it, at least for the way there. Put them inside my little travel bag with a couple waters. And then if we need to stop and buy something, fine. But even if you're not traveling, this still makes a pretty dang good, maybe after school snack, or maybe you're just trying not to snack too much and need a healthy snack to fill the gaps in between some things. That's something I always have a challenge with as well too, so I can relate. So honestly guys, I feel like when you take a bite of this, it's a similar experience to when you bite into baklava. It's got that like honey chewiness with the nuts, but minus the phyllo dough and all that whatever extra deliciousness is in actual baklava, but it's very close. For a little nutty bar, it's pretty dang delicious. I don't know if it was like the honey that caused mine to be extra soft this time, or maybe I undercooked it slightly, because last time I felt like I overcooked it, but they held together really well. This is only my second time making them. They're a little softer, so I still might get crumbs all over Jared's truck, and it's just gonna have to be okay. This recipe was inspired by one I found on Dr. Akani Salako's page. If you're into women's fitness and health, what a great channel to follow. So this was kind of taken from one of his recipes, but I tweaked it. I used several different ingredients than what his original recipe called for. Either way, it's an incredible little snack. So I hope you try it and let me know in the comments how that went for you. I hope you stayed clear of the Memorial Day traffic this year, and I hope to see you on the next one.